now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
And now for a taste of things to come.
What's going on, everybody? And thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here, as always, on the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel. I, of course, am your humble host, the Renegade JJ Williams, thanking each and every one of you for coming back and joining me here in my newly remodeled theater. Now, for today's film, we're going to take a look at what I believe was a Netflix original Christmas movie entitled A Sprinkle of Christmas. I saw it on the Netflix platform. It said 2025. Not sure. It stars Haley Sales, Marshall Williams, Rise Colley, Sarah Angel, and Tavia Servi. And as our movie opens, Libby Michaels, played by Haley Sales, is an up-and-coming baker. She has opened her storefront business just in time for the holiday season. Meanwhile, Peter Holloway, played by Marshall Williams, comes back home to visit his small town roots along with his brother and agent Gary, played by Rise Colley. And Gary is pushing for him to seek media attention with his co star and apparent lover, Marla, played by Tegan Vincize. And I hope I pronounced that right, Tegan. But it's all just for show. Now, Peter ends up visiting Libby's establishment, and through a mix up, he gets the wrong order. So Peter leaves and posts a damning review under the pseudonym Theo 1800, which is a reference to an upcoming film that he's going to be in. Now, while trying to get everything off the ground, Libby finds herself in a heated anonymous online feud with Peter. However, at the same time, in real life, Libby takes on a game-changing side gig, catering cake and confections for Peter's brother's high-profile holiday engagement party. Neither one of them realize that they're already in a fight with each other online. Now I'm going to stop here for two reasons. One, you can probably figure out what happens from here. It's typical formula. And two, if you have seen The Shop Around the Corner or you've got mail, then you 100% know what happens from here. However, as we say during our wrestling conversations on Simply Predicting and Saturday Shenanigans, predictable doesn't mean bad. It just means that we can skip some of the talk and get right to the meat and potatoes here. I didn't hate this film, not in the least. But I wouldn't go as far as to say I loved it either. I think my main problem is that, other than the formulaic story, which again, not a bad thing, is the fact that I had to watch it twice. You see, I began watching this film the day it dropped on Netflix, which was Wednesday, November 12th. And again, this is part of why I believe it's a Netflix original. It dropped on November 12th. It had the year 2025 next to it. However, in some of the research that I did in trying to find synopsis and description of the film, I kept finding 2024. So it's possible it was released last year on a different platform and it found its way to Netflix this year. Hence my confusion. So I started watching this, as I said, the day it dropped. However, about an hour into the 90-minute movie, my phone rang. Work was calling. They wanted me to come in and pick up a shift. So I left the film to go make money. Priorities over passions, after all, right? So when my schedule finally allowed me to get back to it, which was Monday after the Raw at Madison Square Garden on November 17th, I had to go all the way back and start from the beginning. Rewatch the first hour again, and then see what I didn't get to see in the finale. So maybe if I hadn't had to do that, I'd be speaking a little bit more highly of it, because when I was watching it the first time, I was sucked into it. Much like the premise of the film, I kind of feel like Peter here, giving a bad or a low review for something that wasn't my fault, nor was it even the film's fault. It was just a victim of circumstance. So when it comes to my review of A Sprinkle of Christmas, I'm giving it only 2.5 out of 5 snowflakes. I really do wish that I could give it more. I thought Haley Sales was absolutely adorable. To put it into a wrestling context, she reminded me of a cross, looks-wise, between Tessa Blanchard and Izzy Moreno. And I mean that as a massive compliment. Despite what everyone thinks about Tessa, she's a gorgeous woman. And Izzy is still young, but smoke show. But that's what I think. What do you guys think of A Sprinkle of Christmas? Have you seen it yet? Do you know more about its history than I do? Let me know. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that discourse, that interaction, that engagement that I'm always trying to get from you, my loyal viewers. Make sure you thumb the video up and post a comment of some type, as that will boost the video in the YouTube algorithms and hopefully help me get discovered by more people who like movie review type of content. Help them find my channel. Subscribe. And until next time, when we return for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively on the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel, I have been your humble host, the Renegade JJ Williams, thanking each and every one of you for joining me here in my brand newly remodeled theater, and I will catch you guys next time.